were laboratory tested. 68% had a dry cough, 38% fatigue, 33% coughed up phlegm, 19% had shortness of breath, 15% had joint or muscle pain, basically the flu, 14% headache, 11% chills, 5% nausea, 5% nasal congestion, 4% had diarrhea. It's good news for you.
Well, that explains the shortage of toilet paper.
Less than 1% coughed up blood, and less than 1% had watery eyes. And notice, look, the people that are dying, and yeah, it's bad that people die from this. It's bad. I get it. But facts don't care about your feelings. And I get that you might have elderly parents and grandparents and stuff, and you're like, well, what about my grandparents? You should be upset because no, I don't know your grandma and grandpa. I don't hope they don't die. I hope they don't get sick. I got elderly parents that are in their 80s that are very healthy, thank God. But espousing facts doesn't mean I don't care that people are dying. But the people that are dying are the same people that are dying of the flu and pneumonia every year in the tens of thousands yearly. So stop with the fake outrage, I guess is what I'm getting at. Because this is starting to cost me money.
I'm wondering if South by Southwest asked the city to actually go in and say, cancel it for us.
No, they didn't. As a matter of fact, it's been confirmed that South by Southwest, not only the South by Southwest representatives were called in by the city and pretty much threw themselves down and said, do not cancel this. This is a huge, I don't think the mayor understands the financial impact.
He's a socialist. Of course he doesn't.
Billions of dollars lost. On every level, Airbnbs.
He's not a socialist.
Rideshare.
He's an opportune capitalist.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like he may say that he's like this whole liberal lefty thing.
We're talking about the mayor, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about
Mr. Let's have all the hobo
I will
camps all over
fire
the place.
police officers that hold up the law, mayor. Yeah.
The guy that's like a millionaire and lives in the W. That guy.
That guy that says let the hobos take a shit all over 6th Street.
Yeah, he's not a socialist. He's creating a problem that like the city can profit off of. The city.
How is the city profiting off of canceling South by?
Because it drives property values down where the realtor companies or the development companies can come through.
They want the property values to go up because that way they can charge more for taxes to spend on their worthless social programs.
Later.
They don't have a problem with developers. It's
we
supply and demand.
We got us a good fight here. I'm just going to sit back and watch this.
Property values are out.
Demand. Have you seen the amount of fucking places that have been built?
Oh, got the F word. Yeah.
You know how many people
915.
Yeah. And a one bedroom is what, $2,000 a month? Because they can get away with it. Even these shitholes, they're charging what, $1,500 a month for these shitholes where they knock them down to build these new places that have $2,500 a month rent. And, it's getting to the point where the hobos are actually building structures complete with solar panels and rooms, and it makes you wonder why they haven't started to appraise those for actual valuation to charge property taxes on them.
Awkward silence. Since it's on public property.
That wasn't a point. That's not what we're talking about. Like we're not talking about homeless people not being charged property taxes. We're talking about the mayor, and you're saying that he's a socialist, but he's not. He's like one of those like opportune capitalists. He's just like him and the entire socialist.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders is worth millions.
Potato.
And by the way, can they charge homeless people property taxes now? Where would they go?
Where would they go? City easements. So technically,
as a matter of fact, they have a camp that the state set up specifically to get the homeless out of downtown.
Oh my God! Have you seen downtown?
And
I know you've seen it.
Well, it's a lot better than it was.
I want to go see homeless Camp City.
That's why.
So they're out at this homeless camp.
I want to go see it.
And everybody's saying this is this great thing out at this camp. And I'm going to keep talking until I can get a word in on my own show.
Well, it's your fault for bringing idiots in.
And right now,
yeah, you started it.
Right now, down at that camp,
bitch.
I've got. How did I start it?
Well, it is your show, so of course so you ended up starting it.
Yeah, this is how we do this. Yeah, there we go. Talk all you want, assholes. Anyway, the homeless camp down there is where the state came in and moved all the homeless from downtown in front of the arch and everything else. And the last time they went through and audited it or went through the homeless down there, I mean, the drugs are rampant. It's dirty. It's absolutely filthy. And every one of the guys and gals that are living down there, anytime anybody from the city goes down there, their whole complaint is, how come you're not coming in here and cleaning up this mess? And I'm thinking to myself, you're living there, man. I mean, I'm sloppy. Look around, but god dang.
Turn that back on, please.
Yeah, let the people have
Now I can turn it back on because I
bless,
got
man.
it in.
Seriously.
I want to go check out state created homeless people city. I really want to go.
Hey,
Go check it out,
Mike,
man. Go
Mike.
check it out. You should go down there and film. Get some
Mike.
film.
yeah, but what
That's
if
what I was
do
going
it-
to say. On the air with Mike Allen, investigative report, Mad Mike goes to homeless city.
There you go.
Yeah.
And actually, you
Next
would-
week, next week.
And don't
if
forget
we
the
do
gas
that-
masks.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's actually, I have two reasons, because I know after a while the homeless people are going to strive for some sort of entertainment that they're going to want. So I'm going to propose they build some sort of coliseum, and then they fight to the death.
Hobo death
Two
camp.
men enter one. Like, I just can't wait to see like
Use
a
duct
man.
tape to put phone books on their chest.
No, it's going to be like
breastplates.
a flail made out of hypodermic needles.
Oh,
It's
like
be
what?
amazing.
You know that happens at the Arch on a nightly basis.
Like, yep, somebody just got. The
You're gonna
TV
drag
real good.
you're gonna drag a big chair down there and officiate it.
Oh yeah, duh.
Tell you what, if they have
Dress up as-
restrooms, it'd be the best restrooms they have.
Now look, as a human being, I'm empathetic, and I get it. I don't want anybody to live like that. I would never accept that. I would work my butt off to get out of that situation. But there are some people that they have decided that is where they're going to be.
Homeless people Thunderdome sounds cooler. Like, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea of homeless people Thunderdome.
He's still on the fight to the death stuff.
Okay, fine. They don't have to fight to the death. Fight to whoever gets the
Fight-
most disease.
Wait. Do they have that in Seattle? Is that why you keep bringing this up?
No, and I'm pissed.
So don't
because I
fight-
said that
don't
to
fight
go
to
and
the
deal with their
death.
homeless problem. They're like, dude, that's not nice. And I'm like,
So don't
Skid Row
fight.
in
Don't
Los
fight to the
Angeles.
death. Just fight to bodily injury.
yeah. So like, I'm sorry, but like, if some dude got like tuberculosis and like I don't
Somebody's
know,
leg falls off because of the beaties.
yeah,
he's,
and like
he's
he
lost.
got every sort of like other weird, screwed up like sickness and virus you can get from being homeless. That'd be awesome.
Hey,
So-
Josh Ariel, what's up, man?
So what they should have done is instead of canceling all the festivals, they should have cleaned up and moved these hobo camps out of downtown and reinstated the hobo ordinance, so that way you wouldn't have this corona infect the hobo camps.
You don't think this is a good thing? Oh, that all the corporations backed out of South by Southwest and all these underground.
No, it's.
I think it's
that's
awesome.
that's why I think.
Oh, what
that's
the
why I
hell?
think the theory is
like this-
they went to the city and asked them to cancel it because all the corporations backed out, all the labels backed out.
Why
They were-
would South by Southwest go ask to cancel them?
Because they thought their insurance would cover it, and then their insurance is like, no, you're screwed.
No, here's the thing, but there's all the
No,
okay, so
no,
every
that
year
doesn't make
at
any
South by
sense, man.
Southwest, there's always
Oh, they're not issuing
a
refunds either.
handful of, there's tons of venues that have like an unofficial South by Southwest like gig, right? They'll either
Yeah.
have like a music
All the
festival that
satellite
weekend,
places.
right? They'll have just like bands come in, they'll have artists come in. they'll
Yeah, it's
have
the best part of South by.
It's the best. It's the best part, the unofficial stuff,
Yeah,
right?
all the satellite
So
stuff.
Who gives a shit if Facebook backed out or Bumble backed out?
Well, that's what they're doing.
or
They're going to
like-
have those. They're going
or
to still have those
Grindr backed
satellite
out,
shows.
or whoever
Grindr.
else- What else was the corporate nonsense that was coming in there, like painting
Grind-
entire buildings red for YouTube? It just blew my
I'd say
mind.
Grindr will
watching
never
South by
back out.
Southwest,
They'll
like,
back into it.
grow into this like corporate nonsense in the last 12 years. And when I used to go to South by Southwest, it was always the unofficial dive bar shows that we went to. So I think people are still going to come to Austin. I still think that we're going to have the
Yeah.
traffic and we're going to have all the business because people already have their plane tickets. People already have their Airbnb.
They're gonna- what is-
so they're going to come to Austin to experience
Which they're
Austin,
not. Which the
not
airlines
go-
and the hotels are not giving refunds, so they're probably just going to show
Exactly.
up.
So they're going to come out here anyway. And those venues, those dive bars, they're still going to have the business. Hotel Vegas, Brixton, Whitehorse, all those places on the east side, those places are still going to be blowing up.
And you know,
Dirty Six is
and
still
it's going to be like
blowing up.
South by Southwest was back in the late '90s.
So
All the
this is
local
great.
bands.
This is great. Like death to the corporate bullshit. All right, like let South by Southwest be the South by Southwest that like every Austinite remembers and loves. Not South by Southwest sponsored by Goodyear, or some shit.
which takes a shit on locals pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Which is awesome, man. I mean, like last 5 years, Kelsey and I have just gone camping for the entire week of South by Southwest. Just because it's just been nonsense. You just see like
That's a big
all,
shit show.
all the bars are all painted, whatever corporate. Like there's Vulcan or some shit like that was painted red for YouTube one year. National Geographic painted an entire bar yellow. It was just like what the hell is
And then
this?
there was that idiot. Then there was that drunken driver that ruined it for that ruined a lot.
Well,
of it.
that guy,
They had to
that
change
was
a
an
lot of
entire thing. That was that dude.
Yeah,
was
but that wasn't. That's an
convict.
isolated incident.
Yeah.
That's not.
But they changed policy because of it, though.
no, they didn't.
They
All they
didn't
did
change
is
anything. They just
no,
added
they didn't.
more
Let me-
barricades. But they've had those same amount of barricades in downtown. Like
what they did was they parked vehicles, police vehicles, at the barricades in a way that a car can't go
Yeah.
through the
I mean, they
barricades.
still
like
do
it
that
was.
now.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. That's yeah. And then they ended up
like
doing
every,
it on 6th
every
Street.
weekend they have like the two SUVs like parallel
Yeah.
parked. To
And then they
barricade it off.
Yeah, they changed it for the regular nights too. Okay.
Mystery
Moving on.
I think it's great.
This is the
was like,
mystery.
hell yes.
This is the mystery drink.
This is gonna be amazing.
So this was bought by the player to be named later. And every week we have a mystery drink.
Nuclear yellow. That's great.
It looks like Mountain Dew. It's alcoholic.
Smells like an energy drink.
Oh shit. Oh,
I was gonna say there's energy drink in there somewhere.
I don't know. I've never had this before.
So we're gonna all
like,
drink.
this-
We're gonna raise a toast to the new South by Southwest, down to corporate.
I'm gonna start my own. I'm gonna call it East by
Northwest.
East by
Here's to you guys. Shake it
Holy
up.
shit, that's good. It's pineapple, right?
Oh fuck, that's nasty.
Tastes like Monster.
That's not bad.
All right.
It's kind of sweet. It's really sweet.
Yeah, pineapple.
There's a pineapple or apple in there.
Joe Pardini said.
It's pineapple.
I like it a lot.
All right.
What is it?
No, keep it hidden still. Keep it hidden.
Keep it.
Davis, do you want this? I'm not.
You're not digging it? It is kind of sweet.
I like sweet drinks.
It's got a lot of sugar in it.
I'm not about it.
This will give you the beaties.
You know, I was hoping that one day our mystery
not that
drink
bad.
will be a good scotch.
I mean, if you want to like chip, if everybody wants to like chip in, I'll go.
I'll
buy,
take
like,
care of
the
that one.
20
I'll
year
take care of that
Scotch.
one.
Yeah, the mystery drink is to like either you get something good
Drink
or
some
you don't.
terrible trash stuff.
Like,
so you don't like those, do you?
Maybe
Alex?
you'll get Rumplemints.
Tea
Maybe
Earl Grey
you'll-
hot.
I don't know. Maybe one day for a mystery drink we'll have to drink Bailey's from shoes.
No.
Have you ever
No.
drank Bailey's?
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, anything that goes into my body on a mystery drink is coming out of a glass, not out of a shoe.
Are you speaking from
I can
personal
guarantee you
experience
right
on
now,
that?
at some point in time, you will be drinking Bailey's that came out of a shoe.
Probably the shoe that was on Vermin Supreme's
promise.
head.
I promise you that will never happen.
I promise you it will.
I won't even accept that as a bet.
It's not a bet.
That might be
You can't
the
make a bet on
result.
something that you're gonna lose.
That might be the result of when they legalize marijuana and you and half the frickin' county comes over here to see me smoke a first joint.
I don't know what you're talking about. That ain't me.
So what is the mystery
Wanna do
drink?
that?
We'll find out later.
No, let's show them right
It's
now.
actually not bad. Here, give me the.
If you guys want to know, it was $2.19.
$2.19. Let's see what the mystery. It's 10% alcohol. Holy shit!
Holy
Right?
shit, that ain't Monster. Wow.
I see. I got to put the mic down here and see what it is.
Oh God, it's so bad. I just drink straight liquor, so like.
Earthquake.
High gravity law.
High gravity.
10 BAC. Is there any
The
caffeine
high
in it too, or
gravity
no?
means the high gravity means you'll feel more gravity.
I just
whenever
took a
you
cup.
drink
Well,
it.
I haven't been drinking alcohol in like months.
You
So
might fall after drinking a whole can of that.
Other than when you partook in the mystery drink the last 2 weeks.
Those past
alcohol by volume 10%.
Holy shit. You don't taste it at all.
Yeah.
Premium malt beverage with artificial flavor.
It's too sweet
It's
to be
kinda-
10% alcohol. Seriously.
This is the type of drink that gets you in trouble. Where you drink a
Hey,
couple
Joe,
of these,
it's called pineapple
you're going like,
earthquake,
hey,
Joe.
this is great. Then all of a sudden you're sloshed
some.
ass drunk, and then you
Nerd.
passed out.
There you go.
I would put that in a pina colada. Not gonna lie.
Holy shit.
No, I got it at the gas station outside of my neighborhood.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Holy crap.
right next to the pace setters.
Deep in the 78704.
So they have a lot of.
I feel
they
it
have a
thinning
lot-
my blood
they have
right
a-
now.
They have a variant of tall boys.
Is it the same gas station you got the pizza from like 6 months ago or a year ago, whatever it was? No? Not so
Well, Alex, that was Patty.
Oh, that was Patty. Oh, okay.
That was Patty. He got it over here at the Valerio.
Oh, the California kitchen one that you bought.
Oh, Lord.
There's like
everybody?
There's like 8 people here, and he brought in a personal pan pizza. It was just cheese.
Worst.
God.
Hey, are we going to be running fantasy baseball this year?
Yes, I just put in for the draft for 2 weeks from today. We'll do the draft
Was this the
23rd.
fantasy baseball that we started last year with all that enthusiasm, but by October everybody forgot about it?
Yeah, pretty much.
But I made it to the championship, and then we did the NFL.
Here we go.
Yeah, we
Here
did the
come the-
NFL
Are you gonna run it
draft.
again?
Yeah, I've got it.
Are you going to run the football again too?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So Chuck's our official on-the-air commissioner of
Commish.
I was
sports.
so pissed it didn't do
the
that.
commish.
As long as there's no strike, we're okay. Okay.
Yeah. So wait, are you going to make sure that this time, remember the rule that we had to implement halfway through because all we kept doing was trading away players and picking up pitchers every other day?
Yeah, that's
We're
gone.
going to limit that?
That's gone. Yeah.
Oh,
You going
there
to limit
goes-
that?
Yeah.
There goes my.
Yeah.
How about
my
the
game
people
plan.
that don't pay attention to their team at all but still win?
You mean like you in the auto draft?
Yeah.
Well, no, the auto draft kicks his ass, so.
That happened one time.
Just
No,
put me
it
down.
happened
Just put me down for every
twice.
member of the New
It
York
happened
Yankees.
I did not get beat by the auto draft last year.
Yes,
I
you
did.
did.
Not.
Not
I did
last year,
not.
the year before. No,
Yeah,
no.
one time.
No,
I
you
know,
got
we're
beat
never gonna
twice,
let
but
you
you got
win
knocked
again.
out of the playoffs by the auto draft.
No, I got
don't
knocked
forget.
out of the playoffs by Joe.
Detroit Lions.
I only played the auto draft once, and because of that loss, I got knocked out of the playoffs. But I only lost to it once. I only lost to him once.
It only takes one.
So how do you keep track of fantasy baseball? There's like 1,000 games.
There's 1,000. Yeah, I know. I couldn't.
You go
Such thing
by.
as fantasy hockey.
Oh, I love fancy hockey.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Is
Yes.
it mostly like fights or is it?
No.
actual, like-
No. It's real time stats. It's real time
Real-time
stats.
stats.
Yeah.
So how come we're not doing fantasy hockey then?
season
Nobody
is
brought it up. I thought it was the only
All
hockey
right, next
thing
year.
here.
Next year.
Next year.
Next
absolutely.
year, if we're not all in jail or the show hasn't tanked by then, we'll
Hey,
or if we
hey,
haven't
Mike.
died from the
Fantasy hockey.
coronavirus, you know.
Mike, I have a. I like this meme so much and it relates to you, so I want to share it and just for a little bit of politics and stuff. If Mike Bloomberg wanted to dump $1 billion into a disappointing failure, he should have just bought the Detroit Lions.
Oh,
Hey!
and he probably could have turned that team around.
oh, there's much more than 1,000 games in baseball. There's 4,860 regular season games alone,
Good God.
So
not including preseason or the postseason.
Randy
we're talking
Fry
23
wants to
weeks.
know
23 weeks. That's what
why
we're
don't
talking
you
about.
guys drink good beer instead of the Boone's Farm equivalent?
because that's not what mystery drink is all about.
Mystery
That's right.
drink is supposed to just be absolutely
Randy Fry,
terrible. Randy.
get with the program, Randy Fry.
Mystery drink is supposed to be horrible
Rock
and
and roll.
terrible for us, and once
Oh,
in a
it's-
while they'll throw
I
a
don't
good
see
one in
you
there.
putting your life on the line to
It's
drink
like-
this garbage Randy Fry.
It's like that Geico commercial with the raccoons, and
But
they're
you're
like,
invited.
"Oh God, this is horrible. You got to taste it, right? Is that what it's like?"
Come over.
Well,
It's like Slurm.
Well, we came up with it. Actually, Mike came up with it, and he brought in. What did you bring in the first time?
The Four
It's Four Loko.
Oh, the Four Loco. Oh my God, that stuff was rancid.
had-
It was four.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
then the week after that we had the.
hasn't picked it.
Well, no, it has been me. Yeah. So then after that, that's when Corona started spreading. So I brought the giant Corona.
Brought the giant Corona.
Then after that, we had that weird
We had the candy corn.
candy
The
corn
candy corn
thing.
thing.
Which wasn't bad. That was the IPA, wasn't
Yeah.
And this earthquake
Yeah.
wasn't bad.
It's an ale. No, if it was an IPA, I would have been mad.
it? Oh yeah. It was a mystery drink, and he brings a 12 ounce.
Yeah. So we had that.
It would taste like candy. It would taste like Halloween, like when you ate too much candy and you just threw it all up.
And then it went to India.
And then it went to India.
Yeah, on a
Some curry.
on a salty ship with British people.
Salt pork.
So then now we're having pineapple flavored.
Pineapple. Oh man, I feel that, man.
No, it's not bad.
You want the rest of mine?
I'll take it.
If you were to put that into a blender,
Alec, oh, you'll
Yeah,
take
I'll take it.
Okay.
You gotta drive, buddy.
No, good point.
I don't have to drive till 2 a.m.
if you were to like throw that stuff into a blender with ice, it would actually probably be pretty solid.
Yeah, that was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Like making like a booze Slurpee out of that would actually be pretty badass.
I mean, it's not bad. That was a
That's
mystery
the
drink.
type of drink where it's all of a
is
sudden
that-
hits you and you're like, oh.
Is that filling the screen?
Yeah.
I'll fill you the screen.
I'll fill your screen.
Yeah.
Fill my screen.
Dude, this is like
Sponsored by Grindr.
That was our mystery drink. 10% by volume.
with the acoustics. It's like we don't even really need the microphone. Like I can
Yeah.
hear myself pretty good. Can you hear?
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so weird. Yeah, let's give a round of applause, right? Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good for you.
Hey, how about that? How about that? You know, it's just so great.
You know, I'd call you an asshole, but I'm
I-
so proud of you right now.
It's
I
so
just can't.
awesome, right? People that don't even know me, they're like, "What the fuck is this guy?"
I just got the joke. As
I
to
wanna
why
know
we
the
were
man
clapping
who
'cause it
raised that
sounds
man.
So good in here. Yeah. So yeah, it's like we don't even need microphones. Like we can spend money on other things, you know.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts. 'cause
Such as more mystery drink.
The control room will
'Cause,
be
like,
back in the other
apparently
room.
after this, me and you have to go stay in there. What? Yeah, I know.
This is going to be a performance
That's
space.
fine. That's fine.
I mean, we get cameras. I told him we're just gonna like.
That it took us like half a day to finally move. Out of like, 3 months and a half a day. 3 months and a half a day.
Yeah.
Including a hiatus period.
And do you want to know how long it took him to move everything out here? 30 minutes.
One more time. Good for you.
Yeah.
Randy says girthquake.
Yep.
Girthquake. Way to go, Randy Fry. You're getting with the program now, bud. Way to go.
Totally fucking rules.
Dumbass.
Oh, my God.
We need to like go to California and just drink a bunch of these.
I don't know what Joe said. I don't know what this is.
I'm looking
Steel
forward to that
Reserve
earthquake.
Spiked Tropic Storm, 8.01 pint.
Oh, my God. That just sounds horrible.
Joe, you should. Where is it that Joe lives again?
He lives up in Pennsylvania.
I know that, but not actually.
Scranton, Wilkes-Barre,
Yeah,
not Philadelphia.
Scranton, Wilkes-Barre.
Joe,
That's
you need
right,
to, like,
Dunder Mifflin, baby.
You need to like find something native to like Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, and like send it down to us so we can drink it for our mystery drink.
That shit's fucking delicious.
Dude, you should have told me. I had like a
West Coast
fucking
could
case of
drink
it like a
that.
month ago.
Somebody needs to tell West Coast needs to drink that that earthquake
I had
drink.
one of my friends brought me like a case,
You butthole. You didn't
and then I drank it all.
You fucking degenerate.
What's he yelling about?
Yinling, you know what Yinling is? You're
Looks
from
like the
north.
earthquake
Yeah,
finally hit Mad
Yeah,
Mike.
I had a friend of mine go on vacation, and she brought me like a 30-pack back.
And you didn't bring it over.
Well, dude, this was like a year
You're
ago.
a piece of shit.
I know. Would you expect anything else from me?
No,
Jesus.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
come on now.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah, we're doing good with the concurrent listeners, yeah, viewers.
Say that 3 times fast.
Concurrent. Oh, and I mentioned it. And now one of them doesn't like me. Concurrent. See, I'm sober.
Nobody likes
We need more booze.
That we do.
Where we at?
We're not quarantined yet.
All right, so we talked about Corona.
Just waiting for my forts to start brewing.
I lost the picks from last week's XFL because I, like the rest of the nation who don't go see it live, are starting to lose interest.
Oh, really? Is that? Are people not watching?
Well,
They made a beer snake
You know, the problem with the
Yeah.
XFL.
out of like pint glass cups, whatever the hell it was.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Like
the
from
beer
front
snake.
row all the way to the back row.
Yeah,
They
Oliver
just, like,
Luck
kept
even came out.
stacking.
Yeah, even the commissioner actually came out with an empty beer cup. He says like, "Here, add to it."
Oh, yeah, they pass it up.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, and I had not seen that before. So, I mean, it wasn't like, oh wow, that's the most badass thing that I ever saw, but it's just like,
They do them at soccer.
must have been a really. Oh yeah, okay, I was gonna say
Things that people don't watch.
So you're doing it the 23rd?
XFL and soccer.
Okay, so that'll be when I'm not here.
Oh, you're not going to be there?
So you're going to be he's going to be
Guest hosting?
guest hosting.
Oh, so that means that like our show's gonna actually be like one of the best ever, right?
Yeah, probably.
So the scores for the XFL were Houston Roughnecks 32, Seattle Dragons 23.
Yes.
The next game was New York Guardians 30, Dallas 12. The Dallas Renegades are picking up where the Dallas Cowboys left off. The St. Louis Battlehawks 6, the DC Defenders 15. And the final game, the Los Angeles Wildcats 41, the Tampa Bay Vipers 34.
I'm getting bullied by
Why do we not have that video uploaded, man?
Man, which one? It's good.
the one of my.
Oh my God. Chuck hasn't seen it. Show it to Chuck. It's on his phone.
It's on our Snapchat.
I think I was 3-1 this week.
Shit out of that.
This actually looks pretty good. I brought it up on the. It's not bad.
So is the XFL the one league where Houston is actually better than Dallas? Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Actually,
Actually, the
Houston's probably gonna.
the Texans
Houston's
were
probably gonna win the whole thing.
Well, the Texans were better than Cowboys this year. Yes.
But yeah,
Houston's probably gonna win the whole thing.
yeah, they're undefeated too, in spite of the snafu with the officials where they called.
So are we going to open this up? Okay, so the Baseball Fantasy League, the draft, as Chuck just put it in
Patty's bald.
the chat, and those of you watching on TikTok, if you'd like to join us over here, theradiomancave.com, come join us. Click watch live, and you'll go to our channel. Subscribe to the channel. You get alerts, and you get to watch this content.
Wait, how do we get?
You get to see everybody, not just me, because right now I'm just showing me. But the 23rd, Chuck just posted it. I will be in Cancun, so I will have to join the draft from Cancun. I'll have to.
It's even whiter. That looks so bad.
Hey, mine's worse. So you're doing okay.
Well, so I started.
I take responsibility for this, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
thickening thing, and then
I brought the.
actual
you brought the
product.
yeah.
So we're gonna do
You lubed it. You lubed everybody.
Oh, you
up
can
for
do a
this
George
shenanigans.
Costanza thing? Okay.
That's okay. It's all right.
Hey, so we are going to have a kick-ass show when you're in Cancun, by the way.
So I'll be logging in from Cancun so I can be part of the draft too. And
Actually, your team might be better if you auto-draft.
that is true because I know shit about baseball. But
just pick the Yankees.
won the whole day.
Just pick Aaron Judge, Juan Carlos Stanton, and you're okay.
But anyway, so Chuck will be in charge of that on the 23rd.
the guy
And
the
then I'll
Yankees
be back
coach
the
from the
week,
Astros.
the week after that, and hopefully
Garrett Cole. Yeah.
the plans are right now we're in the big room, which will be the performance room. The man cave is going to be remodeled and rewired so that it will be basically the control room for the show, and then the Purdue Hole.
Where there'll be
So the
circulation.
man cave will turn into the Purdue Hole. It's going to have more AC in it. It's going to have
thank
better
ventilation.
But all of us will be out here. Only the
Oh, okay,
producers.
good.
Patty will be directing it. Alex will
thank
be in there
God.
running it, producing it, and they're going to have cameras so you can interact with us and stuff,
think-
just like before. But
I think we should probably switch that. No offense.
or whatever.
Is Pat going to be wearing the gay
What-
headband?
Whatever works out.
It's a an androgynous.
non-binary headband, right?
It's androgynous headband.
Yeah.
All right.
But this space will be opened up for live music. We're gonna have bands come in, musicians come in, any band that wants to come in here. Mostly, I'm targeting bands that are just starting out, that don't have a lot of venues, don't have a lot of exposure. We can help them get exposure. Of course, that drives traffic to our show because people want to call in and watch our show because we have a new acts and stuff on here. And then
So cold.
Coachella has been canceled.
Coachella was canceled.
Yes.
Fuck them.
Good.
You know, it's really sad, Mike.
So
they don't
anyway-
act this way when I host.
so anyway.
Did you ever notice that?
Oh yeah, we're
In,
very well done.
we also have a live studio audience and other stuff, and we're gonna have Mike in his own little cave, probably.
Doing shit right now.
You know,
Is that going to be like
we're about
Mike
10
on
years
reality
too late.
TV?
Hey, Alex, we're 10 years too late for that talk, man.
Mike, is that Mad Mike like on reality TV and he's talking like the camera? You know, I always wondered, is Russell Wilson really worth more than Dak Prescott? Really?
Hey, they signed him.
Dallas signed Prescott.
Prescott, they signed him.
How
10
much?
million. 10 million, 12 million. 12 million for 3 years.
That is like horrible
I was trying to
wasted
simulate
money.
its growth, Betty.
Sorry, 12 million bonus, guaranteed bonus, and then a
What if it
3-year
grows thicker
contract,
now?
whatever that is. But it was pretty
Maybe you
good.
see what I'm
It was
looking
all
for.
over the sports, whatever. It was over the sports.
Well,
talk
good for
stuff.
Dak. He's getting paid
So
properly.
he's getting
now.
paid. So Dallas,
he's never gonna have a
you're
ring.
You're not getting Tom Brady, who everybody knows isn't leaving New England.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, official word. They have sent the new contract proposal, but he is not signed. The
Dak,
Cowboys have sent a new proposal to Dak Prescott's agent in hopes of kickstarting earnest negotiations. So they sent a proposal, which is what it was, but
Okay.
he has not signed.
all right. Well,
It's still a waste of money.
he should because no one else is going to take him.
Yeah, sure.
Well, the
But
someone
you
from
might
the
as well
X-
get the money where he's at because no one else is going to give him the money.
no.
For a waste of money.
Yeah,
So
they're like still better.
What
than
if he went to the
Lions,
Lions?
Don't curse him.
though. I haven't even been using it to spray patty anymore,
God damn.
and I wasn't inhaling it this time. You guys are ruining all my fun.
I didn't inhale.
Yeah, first you banned glue and spray paint. Apparently it's bad for my brain.
Just bring a flamethrower, and he hasn't banned that yet.
Yeah, I can't even like use inhalants.
You know, I imagine a segment of you
Encephalating different solvents.
blowing stuff up, shooting stuff and having it blow up, getting that footage so we can edit it and then use it on the show.
But instead, I'll be sniffing paint. Yeah.
We're adults now. We'll get in trouble.
Yeah, no, you won't.
You need to get a dash cam for your shit box of a car so when it blows up again, we at least have some cool footage to
Hey,
show.
my shit box is cooler than your shit box. Don't be
That's
talking
right.
about Ashley.
My shit box passes inspection.
Inspection. Yeah. Okay. Next, you're gonna want me to pay my taxes.
You don't pay your taxes?
What? You know we're like live right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
One of these listeners could be like,
As much shit as Davis talks about kids taking out loans and getting degrees that don't do anything for them, this dude hasn't had his entire tax return go to unpaid student loans. For a degree that he didn't even get.
Oh my god.
sis.
So, like I prophesied almost a year ago,
Yes.
Yes.
as the political climate moves forward in our country, I prophesied that Joe Biden would be the Democratic nominee.
That's so.
And nobody believed me. Because Joe doesn't have a chance. Joe's stupid. Joe's old. He
doesn't know where he
Bernie
is.
Sanders is on a roll. Bernie's the man this time, and that's the way it is. But you don't understand super delegates. Super delegates make sure that the Democratic Party picks the person that they want, and they want, for some reason, Joe Biden.
Yeah, this is actually kind of like tragic.
It's huge tragic.
I just want the Joe.
Who gets so disoriented he basically more or less endorsed Trump and he didn't realize what came out of his mouth.
Well, it really, at this point, it doesn't matter who the Democratic nominee is. I will tell you this. I firmly believe that if they hadn't screwed Bernie over in 2016, he'd be president right now. We wouldn't be a communist nation. Everybody wouldn't be. I mean, all that's fear-mongering. No president. If Carter couldn't do it when he was president back in the 70s, Bernie was going to be able to turn us into a communist nation. That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
We still have a House, a Senate. We still have a government that is beholden to the corporations and the lobbyists, and they're not going to allow that to happen.
Plus, you have like 50 states that would be like, all right, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Led by Texas.
So,
Yeah,
we're not going to do that. Yeah.
They need
Yeah,
a
that's
bunch
a great
of sheriffs
idea.
and counties that are like,
Hey, that's fantastic. Yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. There's a sweet document. It's called the Constitution.
Yeah.
We're not going to go through all
Yeah,
that.
we're not going to do that. It's kind of like the sheriffs in Virginia.
Yeah.
that all got together and said if they pass these stupid laws, and they had to actually rewrite the laws so much before they voted on it that it's a shell of what they intended it to be in Virginia, because the sheriff said you will not come to our counties and mess with any of our citizens over this, and we're not going to enforce the law because it's unconstitutional. And that they had to change it so much, it was basically had no teeth in it by the time it went to a vote. And now it's just like background
passed,
checks, which
and
like,
it's okay.
we do that already. What else you got? You know,
Yeah.
good Lord.
Yeah, it's like 95% or 95 or 90% of the counties in Virginia became
Second Amendment
sanctuary
sanctuaries. Yeah.
counties.
And West Virginia is like, we'll take all refugees. And see, that's how it works. I mean, we as a country, we accept a lot of bullshit. And I think as a whole, we are very uninformed because we don't choose to be informed with all the access to the information we have. And people have been duped into finding the path of least resistance, and not enough people. But when it gets to a tipping point, the people do stand up. Virginia is a perfect example. So if Bernie becomes president, I just want to let you know, don't listen to Hannity and Rush Limbaugh. Our country's not going to, just like when Obama became president, we all didn't have to, do Sharia law and give up our guns and all this other bullshit that you read about.
Fact, Trump has passed more gun laws than
there you go.
Obama did in 8 years
There you go.
with zero resistance.
So relax.
So
But because
that.
of the Democratic Party is such a train wreck right now.
that's somebody's boy.
Such a train wreck. They pretty much ensured not only is Trump going to get reelected, but he's going to get reelected by a landslide.
Be like Davis.
That is my
Just
prediction.
Relax. Because he chilling like a Dylan. Sis.
No.
Merc. Squaw. Sweatpants gang. Oh, man. I know. It's 2020 and I'm still ruining shit for everybody. I'm sorry. I'm just taking.
Ireland cancels St. Patrick's Day festivities over coronavirus.
All right.
Hey, it's.
People have to stop getting drunk.
Yeah.
We all know for a fact
let me tell
that
you.
the whole country of Ireland didn't cancel shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still getting drunk.
They're still
They're still going to get
they're
twisted.
still going to be tipping over cop cars,
Yeah.
trying to start fights with the British in the northern counties.
Drinking
They're
Guinness.
still going to be going.
Tar and feathering Protestants.
Are y'all all or y'all have to work?
They're just going to be leading like these mobs to all the Protestants' houses and just
What's up, Brian?
driving them out.
Remember now, and the are my life. So wait, who
So,
else? Does anyone else saw
The government could say, "Hey, we're canceling St. Patty's Day."
Yeah, but
But
the
we all
Irish
know-
aren't canceling shit.
That ain't canceling shit.
Oh, that's a real cute there, oh boyo. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go.
We fight for
Hey,
our
go
freedom.
fuck yourself. That's what you can do.
Or was that the Scottish that did that?
That's a Scottish.
I don't care.
They're still UK cooks.
Is anybody else off on St. Patty's Day? You guys. Yeah. Are you off on St. Patty's Day or do you have to work?
What's St. Patty's Day? When is that? Is Saturday or
No,
something?
it's a Tuesday. It's the 17th.
We're probably gonna work. Yeah.
You remember what happened the last time? You got me like blackout drunk and I didn't get to leave the ranch until like 5 in the morning.
Hey, Brian, if you'd like to see
don't
the whole
know that.
show, go to theradiomancave.com. Hit watch live.
Passed out in the cooler at Parlor.
Talking to the mic.
I don't remember that.
You know?
No.
Oh no, I was talking about the first time.
I don't care what you're telling him. Talking to the mic when you tell him.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you were by yourself, dude.
Yeah, no,
So they're not like this when you're here?
no, we're very well behaved. He has a more.
What the fuck?
It's all in your voice, man. Chuck just has. Like,
I have an
this
agenda.
stare.
I have an itinerary. I walk
Yeah.
in with
He gives us
printed
papers,
itineraries.
and then we're like,
So you
oh.
want paper? You want me to put stuff on paper?
I mean, if you have something on paper that says like, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna abide by," or "I'm gonna cut your mic,"
Hey,
then we're like,
Mike,
okay.
you've seen and heard my shows.
And
you
then
know
it'll be
it's
cool.
all-
Because if you put it
Documented.
on paper.
So wait a minute.
I
What
can
you're saying
ignore
is
it.
that you're organized.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, it went really well. it's pretty
He comes in from rundown.
So
It's like,
now I
we're
have to
talking-
actually put in pre-show work. I just can't show up and turn the mic on anymore. Is that what you're telling me?
No, you can. It's your show, man.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. I mean,
You don't have to.
I mean, unless you want to like pay us to be like your
It
writers
took
and
me
shit.
30 minutes to move this studio out here.
And it took Patty
You mean
40,
like-
and it took Patty
I need-
45 minutes to get the
I
the
need
software
more
working.
respect.
Yeah, but we're not gonna tell them that, Leland.
Everybody, I apologize. I brought the high gravity, and apparently these guys can't handle it. So, you got Davis over here tucking in, about to fall asleep, singing himself to sleep, rubbing his nipples. Patrick over here just like yelling shit for no reason.
For no reason. None.
Leland 2.0.
Leland's
no
nose
reason.
deep in his phone, reading about conspiracy theories and shit.
The Jews did 9/11.
The only person that's actually paying attention is Chuck.
Chuck is watching us.
And Chuck,
he's
and
on
Chuck's
YouTube right
Chuck's
now.
sitting over there like, I could do so much better.
it
I don't
is-
know why I'm sitting over here.
So yeah, my apologies. Won't happen again. No more high gravity for
I mean,
you
I
guys.
get the best people. I got the best
Sleep
people,
deprivation.
and they're great people. Let me tell you, they're great people. They're great people, and we need to pull them together because they get things done. Great people.
That's just not our show.
And we need to get that guy back.
Oh,
He's coming back.
Yeah, that dude was awesome.
He's going to be our first guest with the new studio once it's done. I've already
I just
talked
can't
to him.
wait.
That guy was amazing.
Hey,
Like 6 months.
so yeah, in a year later,
Hey, you know what? When I'm doing it by myself with my money, it's
when
going
I
to take
have
a while.
the Davis, what do we call him? The Davis room hole thing.
Fort asshole.
Well, I had. Let's put it to a discussion. Now that we're all here,
Oh my God.
my idea
A discussion on this show?
was. My idea was.
Holy crap. What
To
are we,
put-
girls?
To put. My idea was to put Davis at a site other than in here, like in a little pillow fort or something like that, and have him contribute from that.
So he doesn't have to put pants on, basically.
So basically, he doesn't have to put pants on. Yeah.
Strategic pantsless area.
This is the no pant zone.
That way, he could fart, and we don't have to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, sometimes.
I mean, that's basically what we're going for.
But we need a name for it.
That's a sponsored thing right there, right? You should
Yeah.
get a sponsor for that.
Well, yeah, we get a
There you
sponsor
go.
for that.
You should get White Claw to sponsor that.
No. White Claw can't handle this.
Speaking of White Claw, I feel like if I can survive the White Claw epidemic of 2019, I think I can survive the coronavirus.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I
But-
mean,
I will try to be sober when I call in from Mexico.
I doubt that's going to happen.
we're gonna
Mexico.
screen the shit out of that call.
Well, it's either drink beer or drink Mexican water.
No, I'll
and
probably
so you're
I'll
drinking
probably
beer.
just watch it and
Comment.
comment.
Yeah. I hope they're like really drunk comments. So like
Oh my
half the
God, I'm gonna
words
be
are-
hammered, dude.
They're like, what the hell?
You've met my parents, right?
Yeah, they're cool.
Oh my God.
They're awesome. They like booze.
This is how our day's going to go. We're going to get up in the morning. Grandpa's going to have my ass down there working out at 7 a.m. because he's 82.
Good.
You're going to work out?
Yeah. No. He gets me down to the gym in the morning.
Wow.
Well, I've been working out. Look, I've been down quite a few pounds here. So then
Still
after
don't look in
that,
shape, but,
so after that, we go to breakfast. So from breakfast, we go to the pool. And then from pool, we go to lunch. And at lunch, that's when Grandma orders the margaritas. And from lunch till we go to bed, we pretty much drink.
It'll be
That's
awesome.
going to be a lot of fun phone calls right there.
Why aren't you like drinking during breakfast or by the?
Hey, them's Grandma's rules, man. Grandma doesn't drink before noon. Nobody drinks before noon.
It's like Grandma
The way that
Sunday
goes.
blue laws or something.
I guess.
Hey, be glad you got daylight savings time. That way noon comes 1 hour earlier.
That's true. That's
Not
true.
we'll be at Cabo, so that's
Just put some
east-
tequila
that's
in your
West Coast.
pre-workout and you'll be Gucci.
Mexico, so it's still noon is not.
God, Mexico. There's no time in Mexico. Exactly. There's you can see there's you can see time and there's the lights are on time.
Yeah. So which means it's called round the clock boozing.
Pretty much. Pretty
what
much.
Mexico
It's fiesta,
would've
not
wanted.
siesta.
Pretty much.
We
There you go.
won the Mexican American War, so we could go over there and drink 24 hours a day.
We could wear sombreros. I mean, that
Yeah.
gave us the right
Yeah.
to wear sombreros.
Take that, Santa Ana, you bitch.
Yeah, we didn't get our independence from Mexico, so you could not drink before noon in Mexico.
Or
I
not
remember that.
or not go to the donkey show.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Just that's what you
Yeah,
need
we're
to
not
tell
going to
your
donkey
mother.
shows. Come on, I'm with my parents.
Yeah,
God,
and they
Leland.
sound cooler than you.
Yeah.
They are cooler than me. They're way cooler.
We literally
than me.
won the war so we could drink 24 hours a day and call their people short.
See.
That is C.
Un poquito.
Says the half Panamanian
Yes.
who's short.
Who's also short. I'm okay with that fact. Whatever.
By the way, Mike, have you checked the chat? See Randy?
Yeah.
About halfway through. Chuck does extensive pre-show prep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not here. How would he know?
You know, that's
Randy and I,
fine.
for 2 years, Randy and I co-hosted
that's fine.
a high school show
That's fine.
on the zone.
That's fine that you do all that pre-show prep work. I get it, and you do a very good job in replacing me. You do, but I kind of like this whole anarchy that I'm dealing with here. I like the chaos. I think it's entertaining. It entertains me. So,
And that's what it's all about.
I have a loose outline. Which we followed.
We haven't talked about the Astros yet.
Which we followed. Well,
We're not
Wow,
there yet.
yeah, we
we're
kind of
1
did.
hour in.
We kind
I
of
can't
did.
believe we're an hour in.
I'm telling you, it goes by quick.
No, we
Yeah.
we haven't talked about the Astros.
haven't.
No. We talked about the Yankees. He's going to draft all Yankees and Mets on his.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
not
yeah.
the Mets. The Mets suck.
Brian from TikTok says tequila in your pre-workout's a great idea.
He also thinks I look like Zach
Brian.
Galifianakis.
I will.
I thought
take
he was
your
talking about
advice.
player to be named later. That's what I put in the comments.
I will take your advice when I'm down there.
Yeah.
Huh?
And maybe Dan Davis does kind of look a little bit more Zach Galifianakis-y. So
I look like Zach Galifianakis.
it was either you or
he looks
Davis.
Like, Davis looks like.
Davis looks like a Jewier version of Seth Rogen.
No.
There you go.
Hey, it kind of looks a little bit Jack Blacky, too.
Jack Black. That's what I was trying to think of in the wrestling show.
Nacho Libre.
Nacho
Libre.
Libre.
Nacho.
He's Nacho Libre.
That was
to
my
a T,
nickname at
man.
work for several years.
Facts.
It's actually written on my hard ass.
Speaking of Mexican, there you go. The Mexican wrestler right there.
Yep.
Nacho Libre.
Nacho. Luchador.
Not Tenacious D.
Tenacious D is amazing.
Long ass fucking time ago in a town called Kickapoo. There lived a humble family.
Not only is his
religious
headband
to
gay, he
religious.
sounds gay.
Hey, this is 2020.
Which in 2020.
Flibbity flu, you're woke.
I mean, it's not really a. It's like, oh, you're gay. It's like a social status now.
All right, Leland, let's hear you bitch about the Astros.
All right.
fuck that team.
Take it.
Fuck that team.
And now to introduce the next segment, player to be named later. so what,
Who's your favorite team this week?
The Yankees. I've been saying that for a while. The Yankees.
The
Especially
Yankees.
Garrett Cole knew what the fuck was going to happen too. Well, he immediately after the end of the season he put the Boris Corp hat on, and he went to the Yankees. Now, here's the thing to think about. If everyone in the front office apparently knew, is what all this new details of which they did, why the hell didn't they try to get what's his face, Joe Madden to be the manager, not Dusty Baker? Good God.
so let me ask you this.
Joe Madden wouldn't have taken it because he knew it was
So
going to be 1 year.
when is it going to get to a point where they
Yes.
strip them of their world championship?
Oh God, better sooner than later.
Do you think they should
need
be
to.
stripped?
Oh,
of,
absolutely.
so
It should have been stripped in the initial punishments.
and do you
absolutely.
do you think all the players that are involved should be banned from baseball like the
No.
White Sox?
No.
Don't think that this is more of a scandal than
Hang
the
on.
White Sox?
Hang on. Let me rephrase that.
I mean, it's unprecedented, isn't it?
I realize
I think it's worse.
the reason I said no is because they were given immunity if they testified and gave all the information.
Well, they were given
Should they be
immunity from
banned?
going
Yes.
to jail.
Should they be banned? Absolutely, yes. And there's going to be civil lawsuits. Already been 2 civil lawsuits filed against the Astros, and more are coming.
We should just call them the Houston Asterix.
Same thing with
You're
the
welcome.
the Red Sox. We call them the Asterisk Sox.
That's coming.
Hey, grab me one too.
Why is everyone silent about the Red Sox.
With the Red Sox,
was it?
In 2018, they did. Alex Cora, the mastermind behind the 2017 Astros cheating scandal, also was the mastermind behind the Red Sox as the Red Sox
fucked up
manager.
again? What'd they do?
They did the same thing.
Sign stealing.
They did
with
the same thing.
signals and
It's
stuff.
coming. MLB has not come out with the Red Sox punishment yet,
Is
but it's
this like,
coming.
is this
Alex
like-
Cora and Carlos Beltran will also be banned for a year.
Is it like unprecedented, or is it there's already rules against this?
What
Or
do you
is
mean?
it just unsportsmanlike to a point where it's just not?
It's the
great?
same thing. It's the same thing the Astros did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally the same guy that did both teams.
Yeah.
So Alex Cora was the bench coach of the Astros and masterminded it with the front office and Carlos Beltran as the gang boss, get the players on board. Then he went the following year to be the manager of the Red Sox and did the exact same thing, including stealing the Astros signs to eliminate them in the first round of the playoffs.
And the Red Sox won the World Series that year. That's why this carries over.
By eliminating the Astros because he knew all the signs and knew what to steal.
Yep. Not only that, he knew what signs to flash. As his catchers knew, he knew what they were doing. Him and Beltran were the ones that came up with from the base of what they did.
So
that's
do
There's
you think
another punishment coming.
So do you think it's funny that Shiner still has that Astros themed Cole Bach billboard downtown?
Is it Shiner or is it Crawford Bob?
It's
Or
Crawford.
Crawford.
It's
Crawford, I'm sorry.
Anheuser-Busch InBev that actually owns Carbach. So yeah.
Is that funny or what? Am I missing something?
You know,
I mean, it's good.
It makes you wonder
Is it good beer?
It tastes good. Yeah.
which players were actually deeply involved because apparently there's a lot of heat on Jose Altuve, and so it makes you wonder if he was right up there with Carlos Beltran, with the Napoleonic complex, no less.
Well,
But yeah, if anyone wants my opinion on who's going to win the World Series this year, it's going to be the Yankees by far.
so is that why it's your favorite team?
No, they're not going to win.
Wait, not the Yankees. They got Cole. No. And they would have probably been in the ALCS champions for 3 years if it wasn't for the Astros, Red Sox,
Well,
Astros.
I think the Detroit Tigers are going to win it. So
Oh, please. But they are more likely to win another championship than the Lions. No offense, Mike.
No, that's true, and I'm a Tigers fan too.
Hey, man, did you notice he always goes to the Lions? He
Always.
goes
That's
to
the only
Lions.
thing people have. That's the only thing people have. So but you know that, but you understand that. Also have what?
Didn't the Lions actually win a championship
I mean,
10 years
yes.
ago?
We've got
Yeah.
a few.
Oh, it should be
There's-
the Tigers?
There's the Lions.
Oh, the
there's
Tigers,
you
yeah.
losing to the auto draft. There's you taking Baker Mayfield first overall.
Baker Mayfield.
Clap, 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 clap. So,
Yeah, but Baker got me some points.
but he didn't win you the whole thing.
No, well, quarterbacks don't do that.
Hey,
Running backs do.
at least Baker didn't turn into Landry Jones.
Maybe you should have taken a running back first. So wait, hey Mike. So for this year, are you going to take Joe Burrow first overall pick?
That's what that's the LSU guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
the guy that looks like Macaulay Culkin.
Yep.
Yeah, that's him.
No? You can take Baker again?
No, he's going to take Detroit's defense first overall.
No, that's what
Yeah,
West Coast
because
Dan
I want to
did.
make sure I have 1 point per game.
Leland, is
West Coast
our,
Dan did that.
Is our professional sports commentator, if we were going to talk about President Trump, who's his favorite baseball team and why? I need to know this for science.
Well, I tell you, they're all good.
I
They're all
mean, you should
wonderful.
know this.
It's probably the Washington Nationals.
They're
the hometown
fantastic.
team. They
They're
want
fantastic.
it they want it for me, so you don't have to travel that far to the White House.
I mean, are you supposed to know this? This is like your job. You're like the political sports guy guru. Who now hates the
Whatever
Astros.
McDonald's is endorsing because he loves his Big Macs.
You're a guru, man.
What?
Yeah.
You're a guru.
You're supposed to know. How do you not know his favorite teams?
His favorite team is golf.
Well,
mean,
that's not a team. Yeah, how dare you not know anything other than bash the Astros and the Cowboys? and not know.
Well,
God-
the
God Emperor
Astros cheated
Trump's favorite team.
and broke all of our hearts. And the Cowboys are run by a benevolent owner that doesn't know what the hell he's
Did
doing.
they break everybody's heart or just yours?
You know, I actually put this on the group chat that, getting back to your theory that these games are rigged and the fact that the Astros won the championship the year the city flooded, it makes you wonder, was it always rigged that the Astros were supposed to win that year?
Just like 9/11 was.
That did
It was-
send us to not one but two wars that we're still in.
All
18 years later.
sports are rigged.
And
the
didn't-
Lakers
didn't
are
the
going to win it
Saints
this year
win-
for Kobe.
Didn't
You heard it
the
here
Saints,
first.
You think
Jerry
so?
Jones was behind 9/11.
Hey, didn't the Saints win the year that Katrina?
They won.
There's no way. Hold
couple
on.
years
Let me
after.
address that. There's no way Jerry Jones was behind 9/11 because the planes would have missed both towers.
So true.
And the guys over Pennsylvania would have got tackled before they got to the cockpit.
Oh!
Sorry.
And it would have cost way too much money.
What does that have to do with the homeless population?
Why don't you get a pen that writes a little darker so we can see what you're.
can't even read it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have that bit.
we can't read it.
No,
What are you
seriously,
using?
you can't
Just-
read it. Go grab a thicker pen. No, it's not. There's markers in there. Go use the markers.
Go get a marker.
I'm gonna sniff the shit out of that bitch.
Oh, speaking of which, speaking of the Lakers, apparently LeBron has said that he would not play in front of empty arenas if they.
No, he
ban-
won't. Yep, that's right. He won't. And a lot
Because
of
of the
people won't.
coronavirus, yeah.
They said that they might have to play in empty arenas because of the coronavirus or whatever. And he's like, I'm not going to do that because I'm the king.
No, but listen to his reasoning. No, he didn't say that. I'm not going to do that because of the king. On top of the dry erase board.
Is it the reason
right.
he's playing before his fans? And if
The
there's no
reason
fans,
he said it is exactly that. I play this game to entertain fans, and people come in and pay good money, and he's not going to honor that because
there was an empty
Very well put.
There was an empty baseball stadium game. Was it last year or 2 years ago in Baltimore, Maryland? It was.
well, that's just because
so
It was
baseball
probably the
sucks.
Detroit Tigers.
No, it's because there was riots going on, but it was so weird that they actually played a whole game to an empty stadium, which
I mean,
they
they
actually have like 2 or 3 fans that show up, even though they suck. But
don't have to
Detroit.
worry about fan interference.
Detroit's going to average about 500 fans a year this year.
Probably.
And that's not the
They're
not you.
good. No,
It's
no,
just
they're
just
not good. They're not good. And you know how the NHL has like 10,000 games. The only team in the NHL
That's
at
already
this
been
point in the
eliminated?
season that's been eliminated from the playoffs is the Detroit Red Wings.
the Red Wings,
Yep.
shit.
Oh, no, they got eliminated like what, last week?
How are the Pistons doing?
I'm not sure.
Probably better than the Red Wings.
They'll probably make the playoffs, but they'll be a low seed.
Unlike the Texas Longhorns, which didn't make the playoffs, so they're going to fire that basketball coach, Chuck.
Who?
Shaka Smart.
Oh, let's hope so. How do you come to Texas and not make the tournament? How stupid is that?
But they don't make it that often.
It's just
They're
they do.
They're usually in the NIT. No, they're usually in the NIT.
No, they.
Oh, you made it.
I'm not even going to go there. I just can't believe that Shaka Smart's still the coach.
Sucks. to
Okay,
suck.
Detroit Pistons, 13 out of 15 in the Eastern Conference, 20 and 45.
I don't think they're going to make it. They got to move up some spots.
And they're 12 and 30 at home.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh my God, 12
That
and
is
18
horrible.
games under 500 at home.
That is terrible.
That new Little Caesars Arena is bad luck.
Yeah, no. Ever since they left,
Maybe they should just
Tigers.
play,
House and
not in
Auburn
Detroit.
Hills.
what was the question you guys asked me?
About what?
You know what they ought to do? They ought
No,
to.
I was going into
Hey.
ESPN. What was the question?
Detroit should.
Oh, yeah, they
spend
were
half
seeing
their
what their-
games in Montreal.
You were, you already looked it up.
Oh.
We were seeing where the Detroit
Hey.
Pistons were.
Detroit Pistons need to play half their games in Montreal. That's what they need. Kind of like Tampa Bay and Toronto.
They should. They should.
Yeah, seriously.
Wait, Tampa Bay plays half their games in Toronto now?
No. They were talking about Tampa Bay and Montreal.
The
Yeah, because
Buccaneers?
Montreal lost.
Yeah.
Lost the.
They were talking about Tampa Bay Rays playing half their games.
Yeah, because
in
Montreal
because
they want a
Montreal.
team because the Expos.
But the Rays are actually a good team, and they actually have a decent crowd that shows up. That don't.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Florida is not a baseball place.
Tampa Bay is not.
Because
really
it's
not.
the dong of America.
Yep.
Because it looks like a penis.
Oh, speaking of March Madness,
Are we making our brackets?
get in and make your brackets. Go to ESPN.com, fill out that bracket, download it. You're going to be able to download a PDF. If you email it to me at mikeallensports@gmail.com, you will be entered into the contest. The winner at the end of March Madness will get a barbecue dinner courtesy of the show. The winner 2 years ago finally hooked up and got a barbecue. Patty still needs to get a barbecue plate.
Dude, Liberty Barbecue.
Why
in
do I
Red
get a
Rock.
barbecue?
Liberty Barbecue and
I didn't
Because
win.
you won the baseball
because you won the baseball.
No, I didn't.
2 years ago.
Dan did.
2
Who
years
won the
ago.
football? Who won the football last year?
No, yeah, Dan won because I was in there with him, and then I was gonna beat him, but we made the fantasy football picks, and then I
Who
completely
won the
forgot.
football last year?
Randy did.
Randy. How
Randy
come you're
Fry.
not Randy Fry?
Randy.
Goddamn, Randy.
Come on, man.
Randy.
Randy, you need to contact
In
me.
fact,
man.
Randy comes down for a week every summer, so he'll be here unless he's
Hey,
changed his
Randy,
plans.
when you come down,
Let us know when you're coming, Randy.
I mean, I'll still go eat barbecue with you guys, but it won't.
All
be a
right, so
victory
far, this is the bracket. And when does this start?
Probably this week. What do you think?
Probably next week.
This was part of my thing.
plate. And lewd photos of me, winky face.
So fill out the bracket, have it in before the deadline.
When's the
use the
deadline?
bracket on ESPN. I think the bracket is
Well, no, when's the deadline so we know when to get it by?
I guess the start of the tournament.
Well, yeah, but I don't know when the start of the tournament is. I don't watch sports. Look at me. I have a headband on.
You watch tennis.
And I don't watch tennis either. I mean, I like beach volleyball is cool.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
looking this up
women's
now.
U.S. soccer team. They're pretty cool to watch. They kick ass. Randy says, "Will do on the barbecue." Huh.
Ask him when he's coming down.
Hey, Randy, let us know when you're coming down.
Coming down, man. We need to know.
We'll get it all planned out.
By the way, speaking of musicians, Randy is a accomplished musician as well. Plays a great guitar. Randy, you got to play here the week that you're down here for sure.
Jesus. Did you
Okay,
find
so
out?
You know
when
what?
the
Mad
deadline
Mike is more effective communicating.
You
by
know, I'm
writing
in
down
here
the-
doing the bracket stuff. You see what I'm doing? Don't call me.
No,
out
no,
like
no,
that.
no. I'm talking. I said Mad Mike.
Oh.
He's better at communicating with his little post-it
Oh, with
notes
his
than he is
Post-it
talking.
I thought you were like ignoring. No, okay, I'm sorry. So go to bracket challenge and create a bracket. Get it done. It has to be done this week. Let's see.
Maybe it has something to do with
The brackets will be available 3/15. So the 15th is when they'll be available. You can fill it out, save it. You'll be able to download yours. Send it to me, mikeallensports@gmail.com. Enter the contest.
This coming Sunday is the 15th, FYI.
So that's the final day.
Yep.
Nobody wants to see that, Mike. Oh,
Ooh, that's what she said.
damn.
So those of you just tuning in, you see the mess that this room is. This is going to be the performance space. The door right over Mike's right shoulder leads into the man cave, which will be refurbished and made into a control room.
Known as the Purdue hole.
The Purdue hole.
Purdue Cole.
We be doing some Purdueing in there.
This is where they do some Purdueing.
We're gonna Purdue it out.
One of the folks on TikTok said, some adult told me the Super Bowl was a distraction from the impeachment by Republicans.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Language.
Well, he said some adults. I'm using adult language.
Hey, did Tulsi Gabbard finally drop out?
No, I don't think she is. It's like she's the
I
she's the
think
Democrat
she-
Ron Paul.
No, I think she did because she was endorsing Biden earlier.
Hey, Mike. Randy says, "I'll see if I can put a little band together. Will the studio truly be ready for live music?"
That is the plan.
LOL.
That is the plan.
Randy's got.
Okay, let me
a
tell you.
good
Let me tell you
list
where I'm
of-
at right now. Every day I get up and I drive my ass off. I come home. I'm still a working actor, so I've got auditions. I just shot a TV show pilot last week. Shot a commercial the couple days before that. And so my time is limited, but what's really limited is my resources. So I can only do things when I have the money to do it.
Get sponsors.
Buy lots of lottery tickets.
You say that, and then
I know.
getting sponsors takes
Believe
as
me.
much time as it would for me just to raise the money myself and do it. So
we should make a Kickstarter.
I'm on a budget.
There you
I'm on
go.
a and you know what?
Do a Kickstart.
Feel free to do any of that.
Patty, that's your deal, man.
I got to make a Kickstarter.
You got to do it.
Kickstarter was so 5 years ago. It's Patreon now.
I love all the suggestions, but it still falls on the time that I have to do it. So if you're waiting on me and my time and my resources and my money, it's going to be a little bit. Now the plan was to have this stuff done already, but had some challenges come up. Had to do some things and fix cars and fight my way out of a couple of challenges. And here we are. We finally got it moved out here so we could start to paint and do stuff in the other room, which hopefully will get started this week is the plan. But Randy, by the time you get down here in the summertime, I assume or I hope that we have this space ready to have a band come in here, have an interview desk, have a place for Leland to sit, have Mike in his pillow fort, have Alex and Patty in a nice, cool control room so they can be comfortable and produce the show and direct the show, and 2 cameras and interns and the whole thing. That's the plan.
And by that time, I'll be hosting the show.
Probably because I'll be in my room crying myself to sleep.
That's okay. We still love you.
We love you, man.
So that's where we're at. So feel free to take all these brilliant ideas you have and run with it, and I will be appreciative.
Oh, nice.
What?
Oh, we're over here messing around with the. We're just jerking around.
Oh,
We're producing.
God damn it, Chuck, take over. I'm losing
We're
control.
producing.
We're producing.
We're deucing. Just deucing it up.
Over here deucing it.
Just deucing it.
Oh, dear.
I'm thinking of weird things to put on note cards.
Oh, to answer your question, Gabbard is still running for office.
Is she?
Yeah.
And she was calling on Biden and Sanders
To
to
Let her in the debate.
litter into the debates.
She's less than half of 1%.
She's still running for president, man.
She's the Ron Paul of the Democratic Party, and treated even worse.
She has good points.
Like what?
Oh, I know. I think it's
Like what?
hilarious.
Like actually ending the war and reducing our foreign policy.
And she did sue Hillary.
And she did sue Hillary.
Oh,
so
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
a
I
good
do
thing.
need another earthquake.
It's
You're right, Randy.
It's amazing
I need
she's still
another
alive.
earthquake.
yeah, she's still alive.
I need about 2 more of these right here.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah.
That's
Just so you
another,
know.
what, 40%?
I think it's funny that the Democratic Party, who panders to the African American vote, the female vote, they claim to be friends of LGBTQ. They pander to the special interest groups, the people of color. They're pro-immigration. That their 2 choices have boiled down to 2 old white men.
That are nearly 80 years old and senile.
Which one of them is like,
And when they started
Kind of
the
an
process, they had an Asian, an African American,
A gay African
and
American.
3 women. 3 women. All nominees. And they boiled it down to 2 old white guys. I think that is
77 and 78 years
freaking
old.
hilarious. Who are on their deathbed. One's got a heart condition and the other one's obviously suffering from dementia, but nobody cares.
So when this is all said and done, whoever wins the Sanders-Biden deal, do they bring the other on as their vice president, or do they bring a female?
No. That's that used to be. Well, and somebody could look this up for me, but there was a time that whoever won the presidency, the person he ran against was his vice president.
That was all the way back in the 1700s.
Yeah, back
It
when
was
the first,
Jefferson's presidency is when they stopped doing that.
Yeah. So
Asshole.
I'm trying to read it on my screen here and I can't.
Here's another fact: is that both Biden and Sanders are at least 5 years older than Trump.
So I just think that's funny.
Trump's the youth candidate.
Yeah.
We're gonna have 4 more years of that clown. I mean, as a comedian,
I'm watching on delay and I'm seeing Mad Mike's notes.
you need to have better handwriting there. I can't read it.
Hey, compared to his handwriting, my handwriting is atrocious.
How much earthquake did Mad Mike have before we started the show?
Apparently not enough.
No, he was asleep.
I'm showing our.
Why? Why?
Let me see.
Can't be as badly runs the UT athletics department.
It's called Women Party.
They spend how many millions of dollars on those new locker rooms for the football team, only to tear them out 2 years later and demolish the building?
Yeah.
That was Mac Brown. That was all about Mac Brown and his freaking ego.
Actually, that was Tom Herman. Tom Herman put those locker rooms in after Charlie Strong, and now they're all demolished.
No, Herman demolished them and put in the old school lockers.
No, you're thinking Charlie Strong.
No.
Why are we talking about locker rooms? Yeah. Sorry, but what
We're talking about UT. UT Athletics is what we're talking
UT
about.
Athletics? Oh.
Yeah.
And how stupid they are.
How stupid
And how they
are.
have like a blank
How
check.
overpriced they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're the Dallas Cowboys of athletics. They've spent more money and have more money coming in by their stupid fans that are rewarding them for mediocrity. They spend more money on their program, and how many national championships they have to show for it since 2005?
This is the Tom Herman era.
Have you guys ever
We're gonna start out 2-0. We're gonna start losing. We're gonna lose
because they play little.
Yeah, because they played little league teams. Then we're gonna lose a huge game, and then we're gonna almost lose to Kansas. We're gonna finish the season on a down note, and then we're gonna win a big bowl game because the other team doesn't show up.
Playing a mediocre team.
Didn't Herman lose to Kansas 2 years ago?
Suck it, Patty.
On the road.
Hey, Patty, you're gonna do a face match
is
with Ape, weren't you?
the tailgates are absolutely worth.
Oh,
every
they're
penny.
absolutely worth. They're phenomenal.
So it's
the
like-
best. They're the best tailgates this side of LSU.
There are
Definitely.
people that bring out big screen TVs to sit.
Oh yeah.
Literally 300 yards from the stadium.
I think it's more of the experience than it is
Yes,
about winning
exactly.
or losing. You know, we're just out there having a good time.
Hey, Mike.
You know, and we're just out there they're doing
Oh,
their
it's
best.
great. It's phenomenal.
And then-
By the way,
then
Mike,
that's
your
fine.
show is like really cratering when you got these guys doing this crap.
Oh, I know.
Hey, we
What the hell are they
I'm beyond
doing?
Karen.
listeners.
I'll be in Cabo in 2 weeks. I don't give a shit.
What are you guys doing
Yeah,
now?
so their fan base is rewarding them to having shitty teams.
Picking on OU.
Same thing was said
Oh,
with the
OU
Cowboys.
sucks, all right? Like, don't get out of here.
It's
Disgusting.
rigged.
That's what I deal with. That's where all my sticky notes are going?
Wow.
Oh, these are the sticky notes I brought.
Yeah, right.
Am I right? This show's really taking.
So Dusty Baker's only going to last 1
yeah.
year where they could bring Hinch back after a year. You're going to be like, look, Baker sucked.
Do you want me to?
And can you open up your mouth if you see cheating the next time? Okay, go.
Astros will not bring in Hinch. Hinch will not be allowed in Houston.
Is he going to vape
got
with the
fired.
mask on? Hold on. He's going to vape with the mask on.
Where do you think Hinch is going to end up? I mean, he's going to end up somewhere, unlike Ludlow.
Ludlow's not going to have another job.
No. And it makes you wonder, the guy, the assistant GM who goes like, "Oh, thank God for Osuna." he's not going to have a job either, but for now, double jeopardy because he apparently was part of the cheating shit too. I mean, he probably would have been fired anyways.
Yes, he was.
I'm watching it.
Is he vaping with the mask on?
I can't see him because they're behind the monitors now.
Well, they got the camera.
That was amazing. No, I'm watching it right here.
You'll have to like rewind it.
Oh, you
I
look
saw-
like a bad Pink Floyd video.
Yeah, I saw it during the show prep.
This is science over here.
Science down.
Look like an extra on the Black Parade.
So basically, it proves your gas mask doesn't block shit because you can vape through it.
Well, there's no
you
filter
took the
on
filter off.
Yeah.
Dude, you just call you a dumbass.
Jeez. that was.
The gas mask without a filter doesn't work. It's a bad gas mask. Man, your car doesn't run because it doesn't have any gas in it.
No, it just slinks away. I would call it running. It just slowly trots away.
I guess, yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, well, you really don't watch anything but me.
I was gonna say, Mad Mike doesn't have any gas in him either because we're smelling it all the way over here.
Oh, I've been nice. Chuck's here.
Fuck, dude.
Seriously.
I haven't had any farts yet.
By the way,
I do
Randy,
think part of it, though, was I did have a milkshake for lunch. It was awesome.
Randy Fry says, look like you're going to have to bump up your notepad budget.
Chuck had a milkshake before he came in.
No.
He's not farting.
Yeah, well, he's probably not
lactose
I'm
intolerant.
lactose intolerant. So, like, for lunch, I saw that they had the Shamrock Shake back at McDonald's, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. I bought the shit out of that. I drank the living piss out of it. I was like, I don't care what happens to me later.
Yeah, he literally walked in the door with his headphones on, went straight to the bathroom, and stayed there for an hour.
I shat foam.
It's like I have a gluten intolerance. I'm gonna have endless pasta at Olive Garden.
I want you to
I
know
will regret
that
it 6 hours later, but I will enjoy it now.
tomorrow, if you're like, oh, my stomach hurts, oh, I can't really, I'm just gonna fucking run the dog piss out of you.
There you go. Or just rewind the show and play it for him again.
Oh. Why did it stay in the box?
Because it's chilling.
You see, there's much more scarier things to be afraid of than the coronavirus, such as Mad Mike's
being in an
outgassing.
enclosed, yeah.
Mad Mike's outgassing.
Being in the room with him gassing is like secondary smoke,
gross.
right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we were moving this out here, and he's in there. He goes, "Oh man, I'm sorry." I'm like, what? He's, you might want to leave. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then it hit me. It's like, holy shit! And then he left. He's like, "Oh, I gotta get out of here." I was like, "How
Did
bad
you-
is it? They ran you out of here."
It was so bad it displaced the oxygen.
It was so bad it ran him out of the room.
It's like if he didn't get out, he would have passed out from asphyxiation.
Why don't you eat some vegetables sometime? Like some celery. Clean your
Randy, you are
asshole out.
correct. It's sad that the storied franchises
Yeah,
of the
but to me,
Tigers, Lions,
clean-
and Red Wings and Pistons are in such sad shape. Of course, the Lions have been on the longest dry spell. Because the Cleveland Browns won it in 58 and 59. So their last NFL championship was 59. Detroit's last NFL championship was 57.
Or if they didn't run Art Modell
So
out,
since
they would have.
1957, Detroit has only won one playoff game. And that was against the Detroit,
Houston
against the
Oilers.
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
So
Jerry Jones.
I mean, Pat Mahomes has more playoff wins than the Dallas Cowboys have since '96, so
Yeah.
or
Holy
'97.
shit.
So
Pat Mahomes is going to be one of the great quarterbacks of this league, I think, if he stays healthy, and I think he will. He's a good kid.
How do you think Cincinnati's going to be next year with?
They're gonna be
How many
garbage.
careers will... So I'm just going to put this up to speculation.
Here we go.
Coming up for the next season, coming from Cleveland and Detroit, how many careers will be ruined permanently? I'm going with 14.
Next year
Is that the
alone?
over/under?
Yeah, 14
Well,
careers.
let me tell you, Detroit's not going to change. It's going to be the same Detroit. They're going to win a bunch of games.
Oh,
They're
I
going to
thought we were
look.
talking about the city just getting worse.
They're going to look good. No, actually, Detroit's on a rebound. They're turning into the next Austin. They got all that property that was reclaimed is being gentrified. It's actually a boom town,
So you'll
time.
have hipsters who don't go to sports.
pretty much. So
And no cool old abandoned hotels or urban explorer.
So
anymore.
At
Detroit-
least we're not Detroit.
Detroit.
We're not Detroit.
Detroit's not going to be anything different than what they have been from their draft on away. They're going to give. They're going to keep Stafford's salary too high to pay anybody to block for him or to run for him. So they're going to win a bunch of games and they're going to flame out and probably not make the playoffs.
The coaches
and I
have
think
control
what
of his
we're
locker
trying,
room.
but I think of the two teams, and I hate to say this because I'm a Detroit Lions fan, but of the two teams, I think Cleveland has a better. Will have a better chance at being better sooner and probably will make it to the Super Bowl before Detroit if they can get a couple of things in the front office squared away, if they can get a coach in there that will bring the players, I hate to say bring the players to heel, but create an environment where the players that they have will thrive. What you're seeing in Cleveland is frustration from very good football players who want to win, and they don't have the infrastructure, the backing, or the coaching to be able to pull it all together. Everybody's bagging on Baker Mayfield, but I'll tell you right now, I would rather have a quarterback that's so passionate and pissed off that he's acting that way because it hurts him to lose than to have some guy just there riding the paycheck to wait to go somewhere else. And I think Baker, if they get the right people around him, get rid of Odell Beckham. He's a cancer. Get rid of him. That's why they didn't want him in New York. Get rid of him.
There's a reason they traded him.
He's a cancer in the locker room. Get away from him. Get good players in there.
Antonio Brown.
Baker's. You know who Baker works out with?
Who?
Tom fucking Brady. Tom's in his ear. Tom knows what to do to build a good franchise.
The problem is it's going to take them a good 10 years for them to finally get.
I don't
something
think
around
it'll
them.
take 10. I don't think it'll take 10 because they got rid of the coach who was a horrible hire. Horrible hire.
I think Cincinnati's going to rebuild quicker.
In 9 months.
And the new coach that's coming in, I think they're going with a younger guy. But what needs to happen is the same thing that needs to happen in Detroit and the same thing that needs to happen in Dallas. The owner needs to write the fucking checks and go up in the box and pass canaps and leave the football program to the people who are doing the football program.
Isn't that what Cincinnati's
Because
going to be doing?
as long as Jerry Jones is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, and I said it here, you will never get back to the Super Bowl. And as long as the Fords own Detroit, they will never make it to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl. But Cleveland has the best shot if they can get the people around Baker to feed off that passion. And like he said last year, ride with me. And they're not riding with him. They're not giving him the tools he needs to succeed. And he's frustrated and he's pissed off. And I would rather have that passion because that's the same passion that Stafford had before they gave him all that money. And now he's just out there collecting a paycheck. And I think we should get rid of him. But I don't believe that we should pick up Brady because Brady's not leaving New England.
That's why I think Cincinnati's going to be the one that makes it to the Super Bowl before those other two teams.
Well, they've already been twice to the Super Bowl, so I agree.
They're going to draft the LSU quarterback.
The problem with Cincinnati is that they're poor.
I have a solution to all these. So,
XFL.
Mike Ditka should go and tour all these football teams and tell them what's wrong with everything. Because if there's a man who could fix any
Coach
problems
Ditka.
on a football field, it'll be Coach Ditka.
Ditka,
Parcells tried to do that with Dallas, and he left.
Ditka's last few years in Chicago were a disaster.
Yeah, because he lost Buddy Ryan.
Yeah.
And think about Jimmy Johnson did such a great job in Dallas, went to Miami and just crapped out.
Miami
It happens.
Sucks, though.
Didn't have the money.
It happens. Exactly.
Didn't have the money.
No, they didn't have anything
The-
in Miami.
The thing that made Dallas work is that Jerry Jones spent money and Jerry Jones had money and Jimmy Johnson spent it. When he went to Miami, he didn't have the money. He couldn't get the players in there that he wanted. That's why he didn't last for very long because it's like, if you don't want me to, I'm not going to win the Super Bowl. You need to give me the people that I can coach to win the Super Bowl. And the Miami at the time was a poor team.
What's going on with the Texans? They always flame out in the playoffs.
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien. Yeah, absolutely, Bill O'Brien.
Yep.
He's never good. He's a guy that's never going to make it to the Super Bowl either.
Danny, I'm telling you, I'm right, aren't I? Danny on TikTok says Detroit ownership
Who was
sucks.
the coach with the Texans that had the stroke? Then they fired him because he had a bad season. Then Kubiak. He went to the Broncos and won the Super Bowl his first season there.
That's because they got Peyton Manning as their quarterback.
Yeah.
No.
King of the foreheads.
No, that's not why. They didn't win the Super Bowl because of Peyton Manning. They won the
No, they
Super
won
Bowl
because of their
they had a
defense.
badass defense.
Yeah, they won.
And Peyton
And they
Manning
got-
was just experienced enough not to throw the game.
But they finally got a quarterback. They haven't had a quarterback since.
Yeah.
They needed a quarterback. They got Manning. He won the Super Bowl. They haven't had a quarterback since.
No.
And then after that, they were destroyed by the
By the way,
Seahawks, which
Jimmy
was
Johnson was the one who engineered the Herschel Walker trade that turned everything around for
Yeah.
Dallas back
And they
in the day.
almost ran him out
Yeah.
of town for that.
Yep. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, he built that team, and if you think about this, if Jimmy Johnson would have stayed,
Wasn't he forced out by Jerry Jones?
Yes.
if Jimmy Johnson would have stayed, they would have been the Patriots.
Yeah. Yeah, they had Dion.
They would have had 9 or 10 Super Bowl
I was going to say
wins.
they're probably be close to 10 Super Bowl wins.
The
at this
NFL
point.
would be suing to break that team up.
Yep, they'd be doing everything they could.
Because the first 2 Super Bowls were Jimmy Johnson. The third Super Bowl was the Super Bowl that Detroit beat them in the playoffs because they were still kind of butthurt because Jimmy Johnson wasn't their coach anymore. And the fourth Super Bowl was all players.
Yep.
Barry Switzer did nothing.
Barry Switzer
and he
did
admits
absolutely
it.
nothing.
And he admits
Yes.
it. He says, I had the easiest job in the world. All I had to do was show up and make sure nobody went to jail.
Exactly.
And he also said when he found out that Jimmy Johnson was leaving Dallas, that he was one of the first ones to go to Jerry Jones' office and say, what do we need to do to get Jimmy Johnson here so I can sit you two idiots down and hash this out because you guys are making a huge mistake. Mm-hmm. So hats off to Barry Switzer for calling that one because it's a horrible. It was a horrible.
Is Jerry-
and Jerry Jones, I'm telling you, Dallas Cowboy fans, you will never win a Super Bowl with him.
And is
owner.
Jerry Jones' son just as bad?
Worse.
Oh, shit. They're not going to win a Super Bowl for
Worse.
50 years.
Worse.
Because what, Jerry's got
It's like the Fords.
No.
But here, the thing about the Fords is they don't care. You got Jerry Jones who cares too much and thinks he knows football, and he doesn't. Then you got the Fords. It's like, is Ford Field, are we selling out? Oh, we're selling out? Okay, we're good.
Jerry Jones is the Al Davis in the making. I mean, and he's really started showing that.
Except Al Davis won football games
Yes, he did. Absolutely. Yep.
and Super Bowls
And Super Bowls.
in
Yep.
3 different decades.
Yep. Oh, and by the way, you think this new coach is going to win Super Bowl in Dallas? Ain't happening. Nope.
Who's the new coach?
McCarthy.
Oh, Mike
No.
McCarthy. I tell you what, Mike McCarthy got sold. He got sold the car, and he's going to get in that car, and he's going to turn the key. And as soon as he turns the key, the hand of Jerry Jones is going to come over top the hand and say, "I got that for you." And he's going to go to about 4 coaches meetings, and he's going to know why Bill Parcells lasted 1 season.
I feel
because
bad
Jerry
for him.
Jones will not butt his ass out.
I feel bad for him because I like Mike McCarthy.
Joe Bardini says, "Piss ass out Tom Brady." Mike
Shut up,
Allen
Joe.
smokes pot. Oh, and Joe Pardini says, I'm going to have steel, and he always types in all caps like he's yelling. I'm going to have
Because he
Steel
probably is.
Reserve Alloy Series Spiked Blue Raz, 8.0 alcohol, 24, 1 pint.
He's probably yelling at his computer right now.
Yeah, he's probably already hammered. And he's yelling.
I mean, the phone line's been open. No one's called, so
What happened to West Coast Dance, by the way?
I don't know.
Did he and, what's her name? Consuela? They got married
might have.
already?
They might have got the corona love virus.
He was like taking I heard he was taking a vacation to like the Congo or something.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, something like that. He
Do
was
some
like,
missionary work?
Sure.
I'll have my
That's what
Joe.
they call it.
I'll have my Joe Pardini impersonation ready for next week. I can't call it up right now.
Yell about something. Let me yell about the Dallas Cowboys.
Danny on TikTok says that Dallas will make the Super Bowl before Detroit wins a playoff game.
Yeah, I could see that.
Detroit, Dallas will never go back to the Super Bowl when Jerry Jones is the owner ever.
How old is Jerry Jones?
Ever.
How old is he?
Old. He's got the plastic face.
I don't know.
Yeah, how old is he though?
He's old.
Yeah, there you go. He might kick the bucket. Boom. Problem
He
solved.
wishes he was a Steinbrenner. Instead, he's a Jones.
But
77.
there you go.
He's probably whiffing about as much as Joe Biden too when it comes to football.
Yeah,
And
probably
we've come
is.
full circle.
Probably has a little Alzheimer's moment and says a bunch of stuff, and then they're like, "Can we do that? Do it."
Let's go back to Texas Stadium and get some Papa John's.
What?
Mr. Jones, you had that stadium demolished 10 years ago.
See, I'm just thinking if, the Cowboys actually won games, how much cooler Jerry World would be. I feel that they
If a bunch of hipsters move to Detroit, then the Lions will actually see an increase in their fan base because it will be ironic.
That's good. That is so good.
That was golden. Also, it's really weird when Joe does not type in caps. I wasn't used to that.
Yeah, I totally
Who
missed
stole Joe's computer?
Somebody did.
Oh, my
Unless
God.
he's just like super mellowed out or something.
It's the water in Scranton.
Yeah.
Scranton, Pennsylvania, ladies and
Scranton,
gentlemen.
Pennsylvania.
That's right. Home of Dunder Mifflin.
Yep.
Mid-level paper company.
Is that closer to Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, Scranton?
No, it's much closer to Philadelphia. It's about an hour and a half from Philly, and it's across the state. It's 4 hours from Pittsburgh.
Speaking of the office, though, I saw this. Some thing will like pay you $1,000 to watch like 15 hours straight of The Office.
Of The Office?
Yeah.
I did
Like,
that.
do they not
I've
know
done
how
that.
many people will do that
I've
and
done
already
that
do that for
I've
free?
done that for free.
I'd do that in a heartbeat, man. Easily.
I've done that for
Hey,
free.
I would do that and then give Mike half of it so he could renovate.
We should all do that.
Is it the British or the American Office?
The American one,
Both
because
are
the
funny.
British one is only like one season and it's not 15 hours long.
Yeah. The British one is funny. It's one of it's Randy Gervais's best work, man.
The American one is probably the American version of the British version of The Office is probably one of the only American remakes that they've taken away from like, that place across the pond that actually turned out half decent.
Yeah, Randy.
Everything else
I
they've done
agree.
is like garbo.
What are you talking about? America started off from the other side of the pond, and it was the best thing that ever happened.
I'm talking like TV shows.
And this series is still going, brother.
Everything before 1776 was a mistake. We were so good that France were like, they were making their constitution after we were finished doing some beheading. They were like, holy shit, you see what America did? That was awesome. Write that shit down. Les guns and le free speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Mad Mike history moment right here on the Mike Allen Show.
Le baguettes and le croissant.
Or you can go look with British television and watch Benny Hill.
Now let's pump us some Chibagnon and let's go have a say with Benny
Hatred
Hill.
of the Anglos. Yes.
They'll be so powerful they'll bail us out of 2 world wars.
Take that, you filthy queen worshippers.
And we have the wine and the cheese and the Eiffel Tower, and we give them the Statue of Liberty.
They invented fellatio.
I mean, Texas has its own Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
Yeah.
So France can suck it.
We got our own Paris.
It's like Talladega Nights. What if American contributed? Pizza, that's Italian. Chinese food, that's Chinese.
Hamburgers, that's German. Sausage, that's also German.
We have existentialism and a democracy. The band corn.
What was it? Oh, I saw the Highlander movie, and it was shit.
French bread, that's France.
French fries.
We gave him the missionary position. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Freedom fries, get it right, son.
Bailed them out of 2 world wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Back-to-back World War champions.
It ain't no accident that Google, when you type in French military victories, it goes, do you mean French military defeats?
That's true.
That is true.
That's true. The movie Stripes, we're 9-1. We're Americans. We're 9-1.
That's how old that movie was.
Oh my God, right?
Now they're 9-4.
9-4.
Or, depending on some historians, 9-0-4. They were ties.
One was a tie.
Korea was a tie, which we eventually won in a massive 54-year overtime. And Trump said, "I got this.
Actually,
I got this. Me and old Kim
Jong-un.
Have you seen his sister?
my buddy. I'm telling you
Rocket
right
Man.
now.
Rocket Man.
I'm telling you right now,
you
he's a
guys
good
know-
person. He's a great guy. And I just went over there and I walked across the border.
Did you guys
It's
know?
fantastic. It's absolutely phenomenal.
If you guys didn't know this, Kim Jong Un has a sister.
Is she hot?
No.
Yes.
Wait, was it that one chick from that one movie with Seth Rogen and James Franco that Seth Rogen ended up
Oh
banging?
my God, the interview?
The interview.
I watched that the other day. That is such a good movie, man.
Where
That
them
movie's
dinosaurs at?
amazing.
Talk about something that
You ever
was...
seen that, the interview?
I have. Talk about something that also was the press blew out of proportions as well.
We weren't, but go ahead.
Well, remember the...
Okay,
the-
call back to Corona. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so
Hey, remember back in the beginning of the show, we were talking about the press hype? Well, let me go and call back to
And
that.
so
Go ahead.
basically, they blame. Was it North Korea was blamed for hacking Sony's database, and then North Korea made all these claims that would blow up a bunch of theaters. So all these theaters decide to not exhibit the interview, except the Alamo Drafthouse. And the Alamo Drafthouse was like, "Oh, we'll show it, no problem." And then Sony says, "No, we're not going to let you show it." And they're going to say, "Okay, fine, we're going to show Team America." And Paramount, who owns Team America, goes, "No, you can't show that either." And so the Drafthouse is like, "You guys are a bunch of fucking pussies."
Yeah, and then what's it called
Let's see the
like a non-profit group or whatever, like a free North Korea group went and dropped
Oh shit!
thousands
Dropped
of
Sucky long time.
copies into the country.
Shot him over the border.
Show that.
What's that?
Show that.
This is Kim Jong Un's sister, dude.
Not bad.
Not bad.
It's just a white face. No, on the screen, it like wasn't. It
Oh,
was
it
just,
wasn't?
Yeah, it wasn't coming up.
Yeah, now you're pulling something else up now.
Yeah.
I stumbled into his porn. All right.
You guys didn't know that?
I had no idea.
How many bottles of cognac does Kim Jong Un consume a day?
I don't know that. I don't know why we even want to know that.
Anything is possible.
Isn't that ironic?
Question for
All right.
Mad Mike. Wait,
Yes,
before
go
you
ahead.
go, question for Mad Mike. Who will be the next Seattle world champion in any sport? And when will it happen?
The Sonics.
No, you guys are all wrong. It's gonna be the Seattle Mist in the Legends Football League
Oh my God!
because
have you
they
seen that?
are still devastating. pretty
Not
much
the
everybody.
Dragons this year.
Yeah,
They're like
no.
1-4.
Yeah, the Seattle Mist has pretty much dominated.
No,
the
we're not talking
NFL
XFL.
forever.
We're talking about.
You said any sport.
That's not XFL.
That's not XFL. It's the Legends League.
Yeah, which is the best
Hot
league.
chicks in barely skimpy bikinis waylaying each other.
Yeah, it's-
harder than any NFL hit you've ever seen.
Yeah,
And it is amazing. And I was almost the announcer of the team here in Austin.
Yeah, some of the hits are you're like that would break somebody.
They're basically wearing bikinis, shoulder
pads.
pads, and hockey helmets.
yeah.
Was it rugby?
No, it's football. It's tackle
Why
football,
would
and they're
it's
going
not-
for it, man.
Yeah, it's not the Legends Rugby League; it's the Legends Football League. Yeah, they'll definitely win another championship for sure. 'cause
So
they're
the
best.
Seattle Mist
Yeah, I'm
of
pretty
the
sure
Legends Bikini Football League.
I'm pretty sure they're at the top again. This because I think that like every last couple of seasons they pretty much dominated the opposition.
All right, let's go around the room. Player to be named later. What'd you learn today?
I learned that Leland really doesn't like the Astros. and that he's hurting on the inside,
I am.
and that he just needs somebody to talk to
Patty.
about the baseball.
Patrick, what'd you learn today?
Vaping in a gas mask's kind of cool.
Vaping in a gas. Leland, what'd you learn?
That the earthquake was actually a pretty damn good mystery drink.
That's not a bad. It wasn't a bad drink. Mad Mike,
What did I learn today?
what did you learn today, Mad Mike?
Friendship and cooperation is a load of bullshit. We go Rogue Nation in this new studio that we have. I don't give a shit.
Chuck,
And I can roll around now.
It takes you approximately
knock the camera.
nice. It takes you about approximately 28 minutes and 22 seconds to lose the room.
The loser. Now, see, you're doing your thing, and he knocked the camera all cattywampus.
You can still.
He's trying to
see
roll
'em.
around, and oh, Jesus Christ. What I learned today
Is it the Seattle Mist is a football team and an actual?
is that every
sports
Monday
team?
night for the past 7 years of my life, it seems I've been wasting my time. But I promise that we'll be back here next Monday to do it all over again.
Woo!
So, you got that final video ready?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Get your brackets in. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in on TikTok.
Great
I'm
job,
Mike Allen.
team. Head
This
back to
is the
base for
Radio Man
debriefing
Cave,
and
and you have been
cocktails.
on the air.